Hello and welcome to Technology Today. We're going to be discussing some of the latest software and hardware trends. So let's get started. Today I want to be talking about three certain topics. We have the latest release of Fedora 21 from the other day. We have openSUSE Enterprise Edition version 12. And last but not least, we have to cover .NET, a Microsoft software going completely open source. This is big news. So come with us as we talk about technology today. First off, we have Fedora 21. You may notice that there is no naming convention with it. Normally with each Fedora release it'd be called Spherical Cow or Schrodinger's Cat. However, this time it's just Fedora 21. I like it. It's pretty short and sweet. Gets right to the point, no fluff. It's pretty good. We also have the addition of the Wayland window manager, or display manager I should say, that completely replaces the X window system. This is big news because X has been used for a very long time, and Wayland is now, it's very beta, very on the edge kind of software, but Fedora has decided to include it in their release as they see it as stable enough. And things with it can only get better from here. Another few important things to note, especially for more of a system administrator side of things, is we have the introduction of systemd unit timers. These will completely replace the cron tab, so you'll want to be sure to look up documentation and start transitioning over to that. We also have PHP 5.6. This was the latest stable version as of late August of 2014, so just a few months ago. Definitely update your PHP code and get on that as soon as you can. Great new additions in there. Always want to be running the latest and stable as well. We also have OpenJDK 1.8 coming out. That is Java version 8, but the open source edition. This has now been included in Fedora 21, so if you want the latest and greatest Java that's completely free as far as licenses and money, you definitely want to update to this. And last but not least, with Fedora 21, we have Ruby, which has been updated from 2.0 to 2.1. You'll definitely want to look at your code, as with every Ruby update, the whole syntax of it and functionality tends to break and change. So that is definitely something to look out for. Next up, we have openSUSE Linux Enterprise Edition 12, not to be confused with the consumer 13.2 release that just came out a few weeks ago. They're very similar, but the Enterprise Edition has support and it's paid for service to get additional updates. It's very similar to Red Hat Enterprise Linux, if you're familiar with that. The biggest advancement in this is that they've released their Enterprise Live Kernel Patching system, which, although it is a little bit proprietary, there is a free and open source version that it's completely based on that they have also built called Kcraft. Now what you can do is you can patch the Linux kernel on the fly without requiring a reboot. And this is phenomenal. It means that there will be less downtime for servers. One of the #1 reasons why a server may need to be rebooted is because of a kernel update. And now, that's out the window. And uptime is going to be increased for all servers from now on, for anyone who decides to use this. You can also use Kcraft in any of your Linux operating systems. You just got to compile it in. You can look up on their websites on a little bit more information on how to do this. And last but not least on our list, we have .NET going open source. A Microsoft product is going open source. No one in a million years thought this would happen, but here it is today. On GitHub, there is a category called .NET, which you can view the entire source code for the .NET Core framework, which is phenomenal. And with this, Microsoft is actually going to be bringing this software to both Linux and Macintosh. It's going to be available on all of the platforms. So what's the big deal? Well, C# programming language is now going to be viable on any platform, no matter what. This could also mean better news for Linux gaming, as a lot of games are based heavily on C# and more specifically .NET. We also have ASP.NET, which a lot of web servers heavily rely on this. Instead of using PHP for their code, they use C# with ASP. So this is huge news. It's very surprising. So it'll be very interesting to see how things go from here. There is a partially free and open source Mono project which has tried to bring the ability of .NET to the Linux side of things. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to their project now that .NET is open source. So that's it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed and learned a few things, and we'll be seeing you next time.